I had the opportunity to attend recently an investor meeting, and these are very grassroots meetings. We get a bunch of total entrepreneurs, people whose only interest is just to learn and invest in real estate. From condo investors to people investing in properties in the Caribbean to people who are looking at fractionalized mortgages to a whole bunch of different things. The overriding theme I heard from most of these people is they wanted to create wealth through real estate investment. One of the things that I'd like to teach this group is the language of Bay Street and how to look at risk, the keys to figuring out how to evaluate, how to access better capital, how to access better trades, how to access the real formula for big real estate. Hi, my name is Brian Dorr. I've been in real estate finance for over 30 years. Today we're talking about bringing Bay Street to Main Street. Let's talk about why it's difficult for an entrepreneurial group to even access the institutional mindset. So institutional groups are generally a group of individuals come out of school with finance degrees, law degrees, accounting degrees, and they've gone into banks, finance companies, and there's a certain funnel that these institutions take for the people that run their organizations. So culturally, it's very difficult for Main Street to ever access this cohort of human beings. Private markets are actually created because institutions largely exclude certain investments from their portfolio. But that doesn't mean we can't learn from the institutional investors and figure out a way to make our investments as alternative investments something that the institutions would be attracted to. I think this is something I can teach people. Doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter where you're coming from. And I also like the fact that they don't feel that it's restricted to the ultra high net worth and institutional investors. They want a part of the action. That's the reason why we came in as a business. Let's talk about the challenges a new entrepreneur that wants to be involved in real estate might face. It's going to boil down to your lack of experience and lack of knowledge. And those same two things are what give you your optimism to attack very difficult problems. So I don't want to discourage that. But no matter what happens, you're going to go into let's say you decide I want to flip a house and I'm going to renovate it, bump it up, make it look really good. There's just so many regulations you're going to have to deal with the municipality, so much you have to educate yourself, and then finding finance, and then getting a good realtor, getting a good lawyer. So there are things that you'll need to deal with, right? And the type of financing you're going to access is probably not as good. It won't be, generally speaking, it won't be bank financing. If you happen to get institutional financing, I'm pretty sure you're not doing it without, breaking the covenant of their loans. There's just enormous amounts of challenges. These groups have come together, they realize this, they realize all these challenges, and then they get together and they share online, they share on in-person meetings. And this is a discussion that Dorr Capital and Real wants to be a part of and help educate. When we founded this company, I had just completed a fairly extensive career in institutional environments. I'd worked at CMHC, I'd worked at the Case, I worked at other firms on Bay Street. And the idea was we wanted to take Bay Street to Main Street. We wanted to show investors that don't have access to the same information or the same contacts that I was able to cultivate in my many years working in downtown Toronto, and bring that mindset and that risk viewpoint to Main Street. So in our journey that we began in 2011, we learned the language of Main Street. So we were able to merge how people think on Main Street with the institutional backing of Bay Street. It's almost like we're speaking two different languages and we're like the interpreter.